Hi, my name is Ryan Hawthorne. I'm the curate here at Palmer Memorial Episcopal Church, which means that I am a newly ordained clergy person, and I'm learning how to be a clergy person, how to serve in a congregation in a particular way as a priest. I think what I initially loved about Palmer when I interviewed and as I was thinking about coming here is that Palmer considers itself the gateway to the Med Center. And so I came for Easter Vigil, and there were helicopters and ambulances and all of this stuff. And so just a reminder that there is definitely life outside the church. I love that kind of this isn't a church or a parish that's tucked away on a street where there's not a lot of traffic or where you're not seeing everyday life. This is a place where everyday life is colliding with us in a really serious way. There are people experiencing homelessness, and there are people who are having huge medical crises just across the street. And so it's always a reminder that that's what we're here for. And then what I have come to love about Palmer as I get to know parishioners is that people are really proud to be Palmers, and that people here are working, they're on outreach council, they're starting ministries, they're leading ministries. It's such a vibrant lay-led community. And so just getting to experience that has been really wonderful, and that everyone wants to help and pitch in. I think that's really lovely. Lift Up Your Heart is one of my favorite parts of the liturgy when we get to that part of the liturgy, because we're all doing it together. It says lift up your hearts, and then we lift our hearts to the Lord is the response. And we're all doing that together, and it's the very beginning of the Eucharistic prayer of us asking God to accept our offerings, these gifts that we're bringing, and then us also acknowledging that we even have gifts to bring because God gives them to us. So I think in Eucharistic prayer B, it says we offer you these gifts that human hands have made, that earth has formed and human hands have made. And so this just reminder that everything is interdependent. And so when we're lifting up our hearts, what we're doing is participating in this great overall prayer of the church, but also this kind of reckoning with the fact that we're not people alone. We are a part of the world. We're a part of the earth, and everything that we have is kind of a cycle of things that are coming and going, and we get to participate in that. Things that lift up my heart. My daughter, Noelle, lifts up my heart. I love being a parent, being in community. I'm really big on community, friendships, and just being a part of my local community, whatever that is. Because I think those are the ways we show up for each other. It's the way that living and moving and having our being. It's all of that with the people who are colliding with and around us. When I think of the gifts that I have, whether those are financial resources, just my interpersonal gifts, friendliness, being a good listener, being hospitable. When I think of the gifts that I have and the resources that I have, I always think, how do I give those? How do I share those? And so how do I share my financial resources with a parish that's doing good work so that I can, continue to do good work? I think about those things. And then I think about how do I share my time and my talents and my gifts with my community, so that not only are there financial resources to help, but then also this plethora or this deep well of gifts of hospitality or thoughtfulness or card writing, whatever those gifts that I bring are unique to me, which makes our community richer, not just wealthier, but also richer and more colorful in the ways that, the way I sing is not the way someone else at Palmer will sing. But when we raise our voices together, it makes a beautiful song. And so I often think of sharing my gifts and resources in that way, marking what's important to me, and then allowing that to flow, all of those things to flow out of myself into the areas that are important to me. And Palmer is an area that's important to me. I think my call to action to Palmers is to say that, if you enjoy being in this place, if you find grace and peace and refuge, or if you came to this place looking for community and you found it, a good way to say I found community and to be in community is to offer the things that are important to you, yourself and your gifts, your time, but also your resources, so that other people have the chance to find those very same things in this place.